Welcome to the Deep Dive Protocol. I'm your host, Poet Woods. Now, you may have seen my strategies featured on NBC, CBS, and Fox News. But today, we're going deeper than sound bites. As a certified knowledge broker and transformational strategist, I know that success is 80% psychology. But as a Google certified AI performance specialist and an AI generalist, I also know that without the right systems, mindset is just a dream. My mission is to fuse these two worlds. In this episode, I've commissioned my AI intelligence team to deconstruct the code of the top 1%. We're stripping away the noise to reveal the real architecture of success. This isn't just a podcast. It's a reprogramming session. Get ready, because now it's time to think with an entrepreneur's mind. The protocol begins now.
Welcome to The Critique. Today we're looking at a due diligence report, the Autonomous Revenue Engine, which is all about AppointmentBots.com.
Right.
It argues that voice AI is now essential infrastructure for small and medium businesses, really pivoting on this idea that operational friction is costing them, on average, $126,000 a year.
And that number, the $126,000, that's the anchor for the whole document.
It's a huge number.
It is. We actually stress tested the data behind it, and the core premise, it really holds up. The consensus is that something like 85% of callers who hit a voicemail, they never call back.
So the pain is real.
The pain is rock solid. The writer absolutely established a catastrophic problem exists.
Okay, so if the foundation is solid, let's start testing the structure they've built on top of it. We see three big opportunities to turn what is a strong defense into an absolute mandate.
Let's do it.
Let's start with the economics. To really establish a bulletproof economic case, this report needs to get very concrete about the cost of the AppointmentBots system itself.
This is, I think, the primary flaw in the execution.
Really?
Yeah. The report does a fantastic job talking about the quantifiable cost of silence, that $126,000 bleeding out. But then the cost to fix it is fatally generalized.
All we get is that it's a fraction of human cost.
Exactly. And they define the human cost clearly, right? $45,000 to $65,000 a year for a receptionist.
So you know what you're saving, but you have no idea what you are spending.
Precisely. And that's a huge difference when you're talking to a financial decision maker. I mean, your audience is performing due diligence.
Cheaper than a person is just marketing copy.
It's a slogan, not a financial metric. And that lack of a price tag, it prevents the reader from doing the one thing this report is supposed to help them do.
Calculate the ROI.
Calculate the direct ROI multiple. It's a massive gap.
It feels like the report is hoping the sheer size of the loss, the $126K, is enough to make you ignore the unknown cost of the solution.
And that might work for, a top-of-funnel ad. But for a due diligence report, a sophisticated reader, an investor, they see that vagueness as a risk.
Right.
They need to know the payback period. If the system is, say, $10,000 a year, the ROI is instant. If it's $40,000, the ROI is still great, but the investment risk is totally different.
So the fix is simple. Ground the entire calculation. Give a real expected cost range for the service.
The weakness is the generalization. The fix is specification.
So instead of fraction of human cost.
Be specific. Give a range. Something like, the average annual deployment cost is expected to range from X to Y, yielding an average ROI of ZX within the first year. Now, that is a claim a CFO can actually work with.
And we can make this even more tangible with their own examples. They use a med spa that's losing over $15,000 a month.
Yes, let's use that. Take that med spa, assume a service fee for the bot, and then calculate the exact time to pay back.
So 90 days, maybe even 60.
Whatever it is. Because when you can show them they'll get their investment back inside 1 quarter, based on a loss rate they already have, the report goes from persuasive to mandatory.
That focus on time to payback changes everything. Okay, so we've established the economic argument needs to be tightened. What's next?
The competition. Who they're actually fighting.
Which brings us to our second critique. The report should differentiate AppointmentBots not just from, quote, run-of-the-mill Jill chatbots, but also from high-quality human-backed virtual receptionist services. That's how you justify calling it essential infrastructure.
This is a really critical strategic point. The report does a great job validating the tech. It says 72% of callers think they're talking to a person,
So the AI passes the phone's Turing test. It's indistinguishable.
which is a huge strength. But then it spends all its time competitively just destroying this old enemy,
The static first-gen text bots.
the ones everyone already knows are terrible. It's arguing against a ghost.
Meanwhile, the real modern competitor isn't a bad bot.
No. The real competitor is a high-end virtual assistant service, a VA service. They also offer 24/7 coverage, they can handle volume, and they're run by professionals.
So if the AI sounds human, and a human VA service is, well, human, and also available 24/7, the line gets really blurry.
It completely blurs. And that undermines the essential infrastructure claim.
Infrastructure is foundational, something you build on that can't be easily replicated. A VA service feels more like scalable labor, not scalable infrastructure.
That is the absolute core of it. We have to just concede that the voice quality battle is a draw. The AI is just as good. So we have to win on infrastructural superiority.
On features that no human service can replicate.
No matter how good they are, if we don't, the tech just looks like a premium replacement receptionist, not an operational game changer.
Okay, so the suggestion is to refocus the competitive argument on the unique advantages of the AI, especially its integration with GHL that go way beyond just being available.
Exactly. And the report touches on them, but it needs to hammer them home. First one, unlimited concurrent calls.
Right, a human service can't do that.
Never. A business runs a big marketing campaign, gets 50 calls at once. The human VA team is instantly overwhelmed. Wait times go up, and you're right back to that 85% loss rate.
But the AI just handles it. It removes the operational ceiling on your own success. That's an infrastructure play.
It has to be framed that way. It's a risk mitigation against your own growth. And the second advantage is the seamless integration with the CRM and the marketing automation through Go High Level.
This is where a human VA just can't compete. I mean, a great VA can take a message and type it into the CRM.
Sure, but this system doesn't just enter data. The second that call ends, it triggers a fully automated, personalized lead nurture sequence.
That's the difference between a transaction and a transformation.
That's the moat. And you contrast that with the unavoidable issues of humans. Turnover, sick days, training time, bad moods. The 99.9% uptime of the AI isn't just a number, it's a strategic asset.
So you frame the AI as a predictable, stable asset that actually improves lead quality, not just a contractor that handles calls.
It forces the reader to see they're not just outsourcing labor, they're investing in growth architecture.
That makes the essential infrastructure claim feel earned. Okay, excellent. Let's move to our third and final point, which is really about who this report is for.
It connects directly back to the economics we just talked about.
Exactly. So the strategic targeting has to be sharpened. It needs to move beyond just a broad, small to medium-sized business label and define a profile of the entrepreneur who is actually ready for this kind of infrastructure.
The math is telling us who the audience is, but the report isn't listening closely enough. The scope is just too broad to feel mandatory.
I completely agree. All the evidence they use, it points to a much bigger business than the average small business.
That's it, that $126,000 loss figure, the $45,000 receptionist. These are numbers that apply to companies already doing significant revenue, high-volume operations.
Right. A solo operator who misses a couple calls a week is not losing $126,000 a year. So by trying to talk to everyone, the report actually weakens its urgency for the perfect client.
The one who is losing six figures.
By casting the net too wide, it loses its edge. If they just targeted high-growth or established businesses, it would reinforce the whole essential infrastructure idea. This is for scaling, not for struggling.
The weakness is that the client profile is too generic. So the fix is to use those big, scary loss numbers to define a specific revenue threshold. Make the report's operational imperative apply to a very specific class of business.
Use the $126,000 figure as a filter, a qualification tool.
Absolutely. Define the threshold right up front. Say something like, given the operational risk of losing $126,000 annually, AppointmentBots.com is positioned as mandatory infrastructure for businesses generating over $1 million in annual revenue.
That's smart. It immediately tells a $100,000 startup, maybe not for you yet. And it tells a $5 million business, you need to pay attention to this right now.
It elevates the whole conversation. And you can get even more granular in their sector analysis. They mention home services, where one missed call could be, $300 to $1,200 in lost revenue?
Right.
Well, do the math. To lose $126,000 a year, you need to be missing hundreds of those calls. That kind of call volume is the signature of an established, growing business.
Not a beginner.
Not a beginner. So if you just connect the dots with a reader, you make the target profile crystal clear. You have the call volume to lose this much money, so you need real infrastructure, not a Band-Aid.
By focusing on the businesses whose pain is actually proportional to the power of the solution, the entire document becomes sharper, more persuasive, and it solidifies the verdict.
It's an excellent argument that just needs these few final steps to really lock it in.
So we've stress-tested this report on AppointmentBots.com, and the foundation is solid, that 85% of missed calls are lost opportunities. That's a real, quantifiable problem.
And to turn this strong defense into an absolute mandate, there are really 3 clear steps. First, you have to finalize the economic argument. Give a clear price range so the reader can actually calculate their payback period.
Make the ROI real.
Second, sharpen that competitive edge. Show that the AI and GHL combo offers unreplicable advantages, like infinite scale and automated workflows, that high-end human services simply cannot match.
And third, qualify your audience from the very beginning. Define that target user, the one ready for essential infrastructure, by linking that massive $126,000 loss figure to a specific revenue threshold, like $1 million plus a year.
You do those 3 things, and this report moves from being a marketing document to the mandatory operational imperative it's designed to be.
We look forward to seeing the revised version. Please feel free to resubmit your material when you're ready for the next level of critique.
The transmission ends here, but the construction project is just beginning. Now, I've told you to go get the blueprint, but you need to understand, I'm not just sending you there to download a PDF. I'm sending you to the armory. The blueprint is the central command station for an entrepreneur's mind. When you step inside, you aren't just getting scripts. You're getting access to the full scope of my agency's heavy artillery. The AI appointment bots to clone your sales team and book calls while you sleep. The interactive video engines that turn passive viewers into active buyers. The Dirty Dollars OS to automate your access acquisition. And even the legal architectures and biohacking fuel you need to protect and power your empire, and so much more. We have the tech, the strategy, the protection, and the protocol. It's all waiting for you behind one door. Go to anentrepreneurrsmind.com/blueprint. Stop playing with the pieces of the puzzle. Come get the whole picture. Initiate the protocol. I'll see you on the inside. Stay focused, and as always, straight ahead.